In this video, we're going to cover 5 mods for Total War Attila, Age of Charlemagne that you should be playing in 2021. Age of Charlemagne is the whole package. It's got interesting mechanics, one of the best building systems we've ever had in a Total War game, Vikings, the whole thing just works. That being said, like most games, mods can make it even better. We've got a lot to cover today, so if that sounds good to you, then a like on the video would really help the channel out, and let's begin. Starting off the list, we have Thrones UI. When I saw this mod on the workshop, I nearly broke my mouse smashing that subscribe button. I love good UI mods. This one does not disappoint. In case you haven't guessed by now, it imports many of the UI elements from Thrones of Britannia, and they fit Attila like a glove. It's almost like Thrones should have just been an expansion for Attila that fixed Attila's bugs and performance issues. I get that Attila sold like shit and has a total of 8 people playing it, but Thrones is even worse. So like, what are we doing, guys? Okay, memes aside, Thrones has a great looking UI. Those smooth blue buttons are just aesthetic. The new unit icons look great too, and the effect bundle icons are really refreshing to see after spending 6 years looking at the same green bubbles. I know it's cliche to say at this point, but this mod really does change the way that you experience Attila. I mean, that's the purpose of a UI mod, let's be honest. So definitely try this one out, because unlike the rest of the mods on this list, you don't actually need to own Age of Charlemagne to use this. It works in the Grand Campaign as well as the Last Roman. The theme of Sicily is the one that got away. Unique units, an interesting starting position, and an awesome color scheme. CA must have left them off the playable factions list so that they could have a perfectly balanced 8 in the faction selection screen. Luckily, Moon Hoplite is here for us with his Byzantine Expedition 2.0 mod. The mod renames the theme of Sicily to the Byzantine Expedition and unlocks them for play in the campaign. He gives them kingdom formation mechanics, unique faction traits, and a fully fleshed out roster. From his mouth to our ears, he aimed to make the mod fit seamlessly into the vanilla game. Mission accomplished. Is playing these guys as fun as you think it'd be? No, it's actually more fun than you think it would be, because they have fire ships. That's right, they have boats with flamethrowers on them. Download this mod and show Charlemagne that there is only one Roman Empire, and it's not holy. Age of Charlemagne is amazing, but it's not perfect. They yeeted season effects for some reason and turned religion into a dead mechanic like they did with Wrath of Sparta. CA giveth and CA taketh away. Age of Charlemagne seasons and religion brings them back to their grand campaign glory. Seasons now have various effects on provinces, and the game's 4 major religions now give unique bonuses to the factions that worship them. That's not all though. Religion-specific edicts have also been added in, giving you more than the base game's paltry 2 to choose from. Additionally, local populations now have their own innate religious preferences, so converting a province to 100% of any religion will be a thing of the past. AOC Unique Units expansion is another mod by Moon Hoplite to make the list. Out of all the mods on this list, this is the one I consider to be essential. It adds some really cool unique units to all of the playable factions, further accentuating the differences between them. He also made sure that none of the faction identities were watered down in the process. Units like axe throwers, camel riders, Frankish pikemen, and Mercian longbowmen are just a few of the troop types on offer here. As you might expect, it's compatible with his Byzantine Expedition mod and complements it quite nicely. Finally, we have Age of Vikings, the final boss of Charlemagne mods. It fast-forwards the start date of the campaign to the 9th century after the Great Heathen Army had invaded and colonized the British Isles. It features 10 playable factions, 8 of them new and 2 of them, Asturias and the Danes, returning from the base game. The design philosophy of this mod hits all the right notes. It doesn't try to reinvent the wheel or radically alter the game's core systems, it simply fast-forwards the clock 100 years, adds in a handful of unique, historical-ish characters, and generally just cranks everything that Age of Charlemagne did right up to 11. Age of Charlemagne gave us interesting starting locations like the Emirate of Cordoba and the Avars. Age of Vikings gives us Arabs in Sicily and Vikings in Ireland. Age of Charlemagne gave us some unique faction traits like the Danes' Restless Warriors debuff, which pushed you to raid and sack to get rid of it. Age of Vikings gives Wessex 100% immunity to siege attrition and 0 instability when conquering settlements. Historical characters are present as well. During my campaign as the Danelaw, it was awesome to see that the members of my family were all sons of Travis Fimmel. Naturally, I had to play Wessex next, and sure enough, Alfred and Uhtred were there as well. Charlemagne's empire didn't last long in its unified form, and by the time this campaign begins, it's fractured once again into splinter kingdoms. Unlike in the base game though, you can play as more than just one of them. Charles the Bald commands Charlemagne's former territories in West Francia, which can form into the Kingdom of France if you complete the objective requirements. That's right, all of the playable factions have a kingdom formation mechanic just like the vanilla ones do. Wessex can turn into the Kingdom of England, the Kingdom of Italy can turn into the new Roman Kingdom, and East Francia can turn into the Kingdom of Germany. Awesome. That's some German facial hair if ever I've seen some. There are little improvements here and there too, like a bunch of new powerful edicts to play around with, and a reintroduction of the Joined Confederation mechanic from Rome 2. As a nice bonus, the units in the British Isles are now all using models and textures from Thrones of Britannia, which makes them look very distinct from the rest of the game's factions. All in all, the mod is a slam dunk, and if you enjoyed the base campaign, then you will definitely enjoy Age of Vikings. So there we have it, 5 mods for Age of Charlemagne that you should check out in 2021. The amount of mileage that you can get from this DLC is pretty damn impressive, considering it's priced exactly the same as The Last Roman and Wrath of Sparta. If you're wondering which DLCs are worth picking up for Attila or Rome 2, you can check out my tier list videos for them both. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and let me know down below which mods you want to see covered on the channel next. Thank you so much for watching guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.